Well, we continue with the broadcast on this day of Jummah. The time is just gone 9:33, and we are focusing on Al Aqsa Week under the hashtag Love Al Aqsa. And this morning we are joined by Nazim Adam, coordinator with the Palestine Solidarity Alliance. Nazim, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak, and welcome to you.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Always good to be with Salam Media.
Jazakallah for that. Nadim, this week, an important week, and also a year after year, it's a week where we observe, we call it Al Aqsa Week under the hashtag Love Aqsa. And throughout the week, Salam Media has been talking to a number of people in terms of this week and what it actually means. Now, looking at organizations like the PSA and just take us through, what it actually means for the PSA, and at the same time looking at the cause of the PSA, the and supporting the Palestinian struggle.
So, Alhamdulillah, we are fully supportive of Aqsa Week. We've been working with the other organizations on this issue. And the reason why Aqsa Week is important is because it's to remind the people of the significance of Masjid al-Aqsa as a symbol of the Palestinian people and particularly the communities of Jerusalem as a sacred site for Muslims as well, and to defend that. We know that currently the right-wing settler movement in Israel is vying to occupy Masjid al-Aqsa and take it over and ethnically cleanse it of everyone besides Jewish people to be able to pray there. And this is a great affront to particularly Muslims, but also to the inhabitants of Jerusalem who have been living there for hundreds of years.
Yes, Nadim. And the other night I was talking to Maulana Abdul Khalik Ali about this, and he made mention of the fact that Al Aqsa is central, extremely important to the Palestinian struggle. And it's at the same time, it is a symbol of unity, particularly for Muslims right across the entire world. And that symbol of unity needs to be translated into action where we can actually be a lot more vocal and in our support for the Palestinian struggle.
Listen, Inayet, the important thing here is that as Muslim people, Aqsa is one of the most holiest sites in Islam. It's the mosque that was built second after the Haram Sharif. All sites are the third most important site in the history of Islam. And they is also one of only two masajid that is mentioned in the Quran. After the Haram, it's the Masjid al-Aqsa. And therefore, there is a great duty and responsibility on every member of the Ummah to defend Aqsa. So when it comes to Masjid al-Aqsa, it is not just solidarity with Palestinian people for the Muslim activists, but it's actually a duty upon the Muslim activists to defend Masjid al-Aqsa as a right of passage for Muslims to be able to pray there. And we need to understand that this is a duty that is imposed on us. We have a duty to defend and protect all holy sites and respect them to be all holy sites. But Aqsa is particularly important because of its significance to the Muslim people, its significance for Miraj. It's the only place where all the Anbiya were able to pray together. And therefore, we have a personal direct duty over Masjid al-Aqsa. And
Yes.
I think that is why it is a no-go that will not just impact on the Palestinian people, the people of Jerusalem, but all people across the globe who respect human rights and religious rights and freedoms.
Nadim, you could just move around slightly. We are getting a bit of a distortion and unclear line coming through, although we can hear you. But just also looking at where the Palestinians are at this point in time, particularly those who are in Jerusalem, particularly those who are protecting Masjid al-Aqsa. And we are at a critical time. We speak about the night of Mi'raj, which we are going to be observing tonight. And also looking at going forward until the month of Ramadan. And we know for a long time there has been a deliberate move on the part of the Zionist entity and its security forces to disrupt what is taking place in Masjid al-Aqsa. And we see this happening time and time and opportunistic when they look at occasions like Mi'raj, when they look at occasions like the month of Shaban, and also in going into the month of Ramadan.
They will continue to provoke the Muslim community as well as the Palestinian community because ultimately they want to eliminate everyone besides Jewish people from Jerusalem and from Masjid al-Aqsa. They make no bones about this. This is what the Jewish fundamentalist settler community is aiming for. They are in power in the Israeli Knesset at the moment, and this is what they are driving towards. But they are crossing a lot of red lines, not just for the Muslim community, but the international community as a whole, including some of their allies who have said that the increased settlements is a no-go. The problem is they say this, but they do nothing about it, and Israel continues to act and violate human rights with impunity. We need to be fair also because Jerusalem is both the Muslim and the Christian communities are under attack from the Zionist forces. We saw the attack on the Christian churches as much as on the Muslim sites, in particular Jerusalem and even in Hebron and so forth. And we need to raise the momentum and our activism during this period because we know they will provoke us, and inshallah we will prevail. We are doing a lot of work to try and isolate the state of Israel. We saw a very good decision from the South African Rugby Union to disinvite the Tel Aviv rugby team for the upcoming competition. This is a positive step which says that people are beginning to say enough is enough, and we must do to Israel what was done to apartheid South Africa, totally isolate them and exclude them from the world until they are brought to book and held accountable. Until there is justice, the struggle will continue. And inshallah, we will be victorious because we have Allah on our side, we have the truth on our side, we have justice on our side. The Palestinian people believe this. They will never, never give up Jerusalem and Masjid al-Aqsa. They believe if they are born to defend Masjid al-Aqsa, Allah has given that responsibility, and they will continue to defend it as long as they can, even if it means that they lose their lives.
Well, Naazim, Jazakallah khairan for that, and also coming on and talking to us as part of our broadcast on the Al Aqsa Week, and continuing encouraging initiatives like these. And we wish you well, and I'm sure at some point in time, you and I will be touching base again. But for now, have yourself a great Jummah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Nazim Adam with us this morning, and with that, we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we will be joined by Hasina Agori live out of Turkey.
After 11 years, Syria remains the world